Audio Device Live is the preeminent audio and home theater show in the world, and nobody can do it like our team here at Audio Device.
Audio Device Live is designed for anyone who's just checking out audio for the first time or an audiophile that's been living and breathing it forever. We bring the heaviest hitters in the industry, Macintosh, Bowers and Wilkins, all of the biggest names.
Our goal with Audio Device Live is to bring the best brands and manufacturers in the world to have the chance to interact firsthand with our customers, to be able to deliver these amazing world-class experiences and see them firsthand.
My friends and I have had so much fun at Audio Device Live. It's been an incredible experience. It's so great to be around people who, really appreciate the gear, and it's been such a fun time.
Our team makes this the best experience a consumer could possibly have in the nation. It is the second largest audio show in the country and the largest home theater show in the world.
Experience the one-of-a-kind magic of Audio Device Live. Visit our website today.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Audio Device live stream and giveaway, where today we're joined with a lot of our good friends to talk about all things Audio Device Live. I've only got two here, but we're going to be bringing in more throughout the show to talk about some of the standout experiences that you're going to see at Audio Device Live this year. So in case you haven't heard, Audio Device Live is one of the largest home theater shows and audio shows in the world. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be in Raleigh, downtown Raleigh at the Sheraton, August 1st through the 3rd. We're going to have all things home theater, 2-channel, headphones, turntables, you name it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We also have tickets today, 50% off, just for these, just for anybody who's watching currently. So we're going to put the code in the comments along with the link. So if you're on the fence about it, go ahead and grab them today. It'll be a lot of fun. So we're going to also do some giveaways. So each participant that comes on is giving away something. So at the end of the show, we are going to take anybody who's commented, and it's one submission per person. So no matter how many times you comment, it's just going to be one submission. But go ahead and put a comment in, and we're going to pick giveaway winners at the end. There'll be 4 prizes total. We'll tell you more about that shortly. So to start it all off, we got our good friends at MartinLogan with us. So how are you guys doing today?
Fantastic.
Awesome. So you guys have been to the show a few times before. So tell us kind of what you're bringing this year and how it differs from what you got last year.
Well, we always bring the big guns for sure. I guess we'll start out with, our flagship. We're bringing the Neolith. And if you've never heard the Neolith, you are in for just a treat. I rate this on a scale of, this is comparable to someone buying a Phantom Rolls Royce, because that's basically what you are going to experience. The sound quality, the experience itself is just incredible. I walk away from listening to the Neolith. It's really a great experience for us because we actually get to play these things and to the consumer, to the end user. A lot of our shows are geared more toward the dealers, and it's so much more fun when we're able to do this in front of the end user, which is really what the show is all about. And Corey's going to be doing our just incredible theater. And why don't you tell them a little bit about that, Corey?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks, Russell. So, and I wanted to make a comment about the Neolith. So, it really is such a special experience that even when we do these shows, I have a list of tracks I personally want to audition every chance I get to hear them on that pair of speakers. So it's really going to be special having those. We're also going to have a secondary room where we're going to do a shootout between two of our most popular new motion speakers, the new motion F10 and the F200. So people have an opportunity to hear the flagship and the entry level in that line. And it may shock you, the value proposition there. So that should be a lot of fun. I think people will really get a kick out of that. We haven't done a shootout like that before. But I want to talk about the big room, because this year I get the big room again, but this year the room is even bigger. So for those of you who have attended previous shows, we were in the Pin Oak room, which is about 18 by 15 or so. It's a good sized room. But you know what? I don't think it was big enough for the kind of experience we wanted to deliver for everybody, especially with the big guns that we're bringing. So we are going to be in the Capitol room, which is about a 30 by 30 foot room. It's massive. We're going to do a full 7.8.4 Dolby Atmos system, and it'll be a complete electrostatic surround experience for the bed layer. And then, of course, we will have our flagship Sistine in ceilings. to fill out the Dolby Atmos sound. But really, the story of this show for us is going to be unveiling our upcoming new Grotto series of subwoofers. There's a lot of folks, including us, that have been waiting to hear these things and to show you what these can do. But if you have been following MartinLogan in the last year, we've launched a lot of new subwoofers. The Grotto series is that next level up. If you are looking for a large subwoofer with lots of power, lots of energy, we're going to deliver that. And we're bringing 8 of them. And what makes it even more exciting is we're partnering with Trinov, which we feel is one of the best partners out there when it comes to surround processing and DSP. So we are going to definitely take advantage of their waveforming technology to get the most out of this system. So movies, maybe I'll sneak in a little bit of Dolby Atmos music if I can, because I do love doing that as well. That was a hit last year. But yeah, it's going to be bigger and badder than ever. So we're so excited to be part of it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, we're really looking forward to it. And also in your room, you're going to be partnering with JVC. And so we were laying out these rooms, and part of this is kind of my fault. Is every year I want something bigger and better. And so last year, unfortunately, I couldn't get the screen any bigger because I measured out the room and ordered a screen for it's a 185-inch 16:9 screen. And so JVC is going to be in there with an NZ900. So it's gonna look great. It's going to sound great. You guys had a fantastic theater last year, and one of the comments I always get is, for the people who don't know MartinLogan, they think the theater automatically looks a little bit different. So tell the people a little bit why your technology is different from a traditional speaker, traditional theater.
Sure. You want to take that, Russell, or me?
Sure. Well, first of all, we're using the electrostatic, which primarily uses film. And if you've never seen an electrostatic speaker, it's first of all, it's see-through. It's a panel, and people have looked at that and associated with a lot of different things that aren't speakers, bug zappers and room heaters and space heaters and things of that nature. But the reality is the experience is very, very transparent and very open. And very articulate is really the word that a lot of people use with an electrostatic speaker, and not very difficult to set up, not very difficult to use, and the experience is enveloping. And in fact, the experience is something that you will always remember. We always are always fascinated by the consumers who come and they listen to electrostatic speakers for the first time, and they tell us all of the things about the sound stage and the imaging and how clear and how accurate these speakers are. And you're going to have that same experience. The technology is very simple to process. It's all about moving air, and more air you move, more sound it makes, and things like that. But more importantly is the sound stage is transparent. And that's really the word that we like to use mostly with the electrostatic speaker, transparency. So we love having the consumer have an opportunity to take a listen to electrostatic speakers for the first time.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm really excited. You guys brought some crazy subs last year, and that was one of the comments that we got was the pressurization was one of the best of the rooms. And so whenever we first started this conversation, I was like, all right, how many subs can you bring? And you guys said, how many subs do you want? And I said, how many subs can you bring? So it's back and forth. So we set on an 8. So I think 8 should be sufficient for the room we're trying to see. And I do have a small comment. So in this picture, it's actually my dad sitting in that seat. I just noticed that just now. And so it's my dad in there. And he said this was his favorite room, your room last year, because of some of the demo tracks. So on that same note, I'm going to put you guys on the spot here. Everybody goes to these shows and they build up a list of like demo tracks. I take home every year a ton of demo tracks. So what are some of the demo tracks that you think people can expect? You can give one music and one movie, because I figure you got both on hand, Corey.
Oh gosh, we're curating that list as we speak. I will tell you this year we are definitely going to be more home cinema, home theater focused, since we are going to have this amazing system with 8 subwoofers. But we are still picking the movie tracks, so to be announced later. But we are going to bring some newer movies, more modern movies, not all the same stuff we've seen 100 times, although nothing wrong with those either. But I definitely promise that at some point during the weekend, we are going to break out the Dolby Atmos music, and we're going to fire up a lot of the favorites from last year. That includes Boom by Tiesto. I do know the Elton John track was also extremely popular. The Doors. I actually have a list on Apple Music. If you look up MartinLogan Spatial Audio, it's publicly shared, and all of our Dolby Atmos favorite cuts are right there. So you can join that if you are on Apple Music. We also have a number of playlists curated on Qobuz as well. If you want to search MartinLogan, you can find some of our favorite demo tracks to check out.
Awesome. Yeah, I was actually looking at that this weekend. I pulled up your Qobuz playlist. I was looking through a lot of these, and yours came up. I was like, Corey's name's on this, I'm sure, somewhere.
Well, I think cool too is that, you know, we have a lot of musicians that work for Corey, and I are both drummers, and so you'll hear some really intense tracks, drum influence. But more importantly, we have a diverse, set of music that we love to play. You know, from jazz to classical to rock to you name it. We're excited to play music because it's hard to believe that they actually pay us to do this. It's so much fun. We show up for work and play music. How about that?
Yeah. The stereo is the instrument that anybody can play, right? But I almost forgot to mention, you guys are giving away something today. So tell us a little bit about what you're giving away. And again, to enter, guys, just leave a comment on here. One comment. It's basically one entry. So don't leave a bunch of comments and spam the system, please. But go ahead and leave a comment if you want to be entered for the giveaway. So go ahead and tell us a bit about what you're giving away.
Yeah, so we're giving away the entry point, or I should say the entry experience of our motion speaker experience, our new motion series. So the Motion B10 bookshelf speaker, which is just an absolutely amazing sounding piece of wood. This speaker has versatility, and much to what Russell was saying is, we don't play favorites with specific genres of music. Regardless of your taste, these speakers should unlock a new level of resolution and clarity and depth and imaging. And you know what, whether it's with just 2-channel or with a sub, these are absolutely fantastic and give you a taste of what the larger floor standards can do in that series. So we're very excited to give away a pair of these today.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure someone's gonna be really excited. So, and just so everybody in the comments, these are passive speakers, so you may need a receiver, but we have some receivers up on our side, integrated amplifiers. Hey, come give us a shout.
Absolutely.
So that should work. Well, awesome. Well, we're really excited to have you guys, and it's gonna be a lot of fun at the show. Again, these guys have 3 rooms. 2, I guess, main ones. So you have the upstairs room where you're gonna be showing off the towers. Then you have the theater, and then the Neoliths out there. And again, I cannot emphasize how great the Neoliths are. I heard them, I guess, for the first time in Lawrence, Kansas, whenever, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. And one of the few speakers that I've had the pleasure of listening to about 3 times in different settings, and they sound awesome in every single setting. So we're super excited to have them out again and to show off. And they're pretty large. So I think we're going to put about 1,100 watts behind them.
We should be good. Yeah,
I hope. It's a big room. I want them to be up at about 110 decibels. So we'll see how it goes.
Let's do it.
But awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. We're going to bring on our next guests, and we're going to have Harmon up next. So thanks, Corey. Thanks, Russell.
Thank you.
Hey, Jim. Hey, Chris. How you guys doing?
Hey, Nick. How's it going? Hey, everybody out there.
This is going to continue the drummer podcast, because you just had 2 drummers on, and now you have 2 drummers on. So we can change topic and start talking about drums. It sounds like, right?
How many drummers does it take to run a podcast?
I don't know. My first instrument was drums as well. So, I think we're so far undefeated.
We're 5 for 5.
Yeah, we've got some extra guests coming on, so hopefully they play drums. Awesome. Well, why don't you guys introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Sure, I'll go first. So Jim Garrett, Senior Director of Product Strategy and Planning for the Luxury Audio Group. Basically responsible for the product development team, and happy to be helping Chris out here with what we're going to do at Audio Advice Live this year.
Yeah, and I'm Chris Trosner with Harmon Luxury Group. I'm a regional sales manager, and we've been participating now with Audio Advice Live since its inception. Every year has been bigger and better. This year, you challenge us to go bigger and better, and we're going to do
it. Awesome. Well, some people may be confused. We've got Harmon, we've got JBL. So tell them a little bit about who Harmon Luxury Audio is.
Yeah, so from that standpoint, Harman Luxury Audio, so all our brands, the portfolio that we manage are, of course, owned by Harman. So our business unit is referred to as Harman Luxury Audio. That's why you see that's my description here with my name. Chris, of course, sells all of those brands as well, but he's gone with JBL. We're going to fly that flag here. I know a big part of what we're doing at the show is focusing on both our JBL and JBL Synthesis brands, but our team is also responsible for Arcam, Revel, and Mark Levinson, in addition to JBL and JBL Synthesis.
Awesome. Well, you guys, as Chris said, have been to the show a few times already. So we are running back something pretty similar, a similar room, but we're kind of expanding it out. So Chris, tell us a little bit about what you guys are showing up with this year.
Yeah, so Nick, we'll be back in the Oak Forest Ballroom. In previous years, we've taken half of that space, which, as you know, is for those that have been there, is a huge space. We're actually going to double it this year. So we'll be representing the Harman Luxury products. We will have multiple home theaters in half of the space. We'll have a JBL Synthesis theater that will be featuring some of our new amplification that Jim will talk about here, our new SMA amplifiers, as well as our flagship in-wall speakers with the SCL2s, SCL6s for surround. So we're running a full 7.2.2 JBL Synthesis theater with some new electronics. In addition to that, we are also running a JBL theater with our stage and MA product. So the Synthesis theater, ballpark is around a $50,000 home theater system that you can come experience. The JBL stage and MA system will be about $5,000. So you get to experience kind of both sides of the coin there. We'll also have products, our new Radius series from Arcam with the SA45 and SA35, and we'll have a product from Revel loudspeakers as well. In addition to what we're doing this year, the other half of the Oak Forest Ballroom will be a JBL lounge experience. So you'll get to come in and listen to our lifestyle products, including our headphones, our Bluetooth speakers, our party boxes. So we're also partnering with our friends at Samsung. So you'll be able to check out the latest displays from Samsung as well. So, bigger and better. Here we go.
I know. Well, it's the true spirit of the show, right? It's like every year we want to go bigger, we want to go bigger, we want to go bigger. And it's how my brain works. And then I'm like, all right, we got to remember that we need entry level as well, because not everybody wants to see the Lamborghini if they can't buy it. But so you guys are bringing the full spectrum, so everywhere from affordable all the way up to the aspirational. Which, I mean, JBL Synthesis is a very, very, very popular home theater brand. So I wouldn't call it too aspirational, but it's showing the best in the entry level. So I like it a lot. So last year you guys had some setups on here. Are you planning on bringing any of the classic series like the L100s or anything like that?
So this year, Nick, yes. The short answer is yes. It was so successful last year. We had a setup with the JBL L100 Classic Mark II. We will actually. Oh, there I am being blown away by the sound of the music. That little area, Nick, was so popular for us, and so many people were taking photos. We decided to bring that experience downstairs into the lobby. So we'll have the backdrop set up. We'll have the chair, the martini glasses. All you need is your camera and some friends to have a good time.
Awesome. Well, that's an iconic photo. Only usually people within the audio community realize those are JBL speakers. Because what was it, a Maxell ad originally? Is that the?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Cassettes a little before my time, but no, but awesome. Well, we're really looking forward to it. And yeah, again, guys, this is a huge room. If you haven't been to the show, just to kind of give you guys a lay of the land. Whenever you come in, there's going to be a big lobby, which we'll get to in a little bit. But then we have one huge ballroom that in past years we've used for panel sessions, and we split it in half. And then now, Harman has slowly taken control over the entire thing. So it's going to be just a massive room. And then we're going to have a bunch of ballrooms up. So it's going to be about 10 theaters total throughout the entire show, probably more, but my ballpark right now is 10. So all the ballrooms downstairs are going to be your large scale home theaters. So we're going completely nuts with this. So we've got integrated in-ceiling speakers, and a lot of them you're going to get to experience full object-based surround if you never have before. It's an amazing place to try it out and try a bunch of different brands and just get a good look at it. So you guys also are giving some stuff away today. So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah. So Today, our giveaway is from Arcam. It's in the new radio line. It's called the A5. It's an integrated amplifier. It's perfect solution for bookshelf speakers, even some small to mid-sized towers. Bluetooth integration with aptX, so you can stream right to the amplifier. It's got high resolution input, so if you want to add a high-res audio streamer, integrate Roon or some of the streaming capabilities like Qobuz or Tidal, it's got high-resolution digital inputs to be able to do that. So beautiful little amplifier, sounds great.
Awesome. So at the show, you're going to have JBL synthesis.
You had a picture of a turntable there. The A5 does have a moving magnet phono input as well. So we cover everything, Bluetooth to digital inputs to phono.
Well, I think it's one prize winner per person, so I don't know if they could be combined with the MartinLogan speakers. But if you do win the MartinLogan speakers, that's a good one to consider with it.
Yep.
But so you guys are bringing a few different brands to the show. So kind of tell us a little bit about the difference between when a person thinks about like JBL, as in like JBL boom boxes, your consumer portable line versus something like JBL synthesis in the home theater side.
Yeah, the JBL brand is pretty massive, right? I mean, we span about all product categories in the audio space right now. Of course, incredibly popular in our portable Bluetooth speaker category, headphones. There's a lot that we do in that mass market space for those parts of the company. Our party boxes have become incredibly popular right now. Super fun products, cool lighting integrated into them. So that part of it, as Chris mentioned, is going to actually be there, along with some of the sound bars. Some other products will be there on that JBL lounge side of it. What we manage in our business unit is all of the high-end component loudspeakers from JBL, as well as the MA series of AVRs and separate electronics, like the classic series electronics that we've had. So that part of it is all part of our business unit. So it's just an internal differentiation of how the product teams and sales teams are managed for what the brands are. But we do all share that JBL brand. JBL Synthesis is a separate brand, and that's our premium home cinema solution. I've always referred to those as kind of custom tailored suits, because we will help work with the integrator in case, if one of your clients comes in audio advice, we can go in and help specify that system with you. You get a bit of that guaranteed quality of service, if you will, because it's all products that were designed and engineered to work together right out of the gate. So you're not trying to just mix somebody's AVR with somebody's speakers with somebody else's, calibration. So it's all really designed and worked to go together as a system. And then we do have our own calibration target. So that, again, that guaranteed level of service, if you will, even a certified systems program that we do, so that we know what that end response is going to be. So that's kind of how we straddle the brands in there. And that JBL solution that we're going to do is more that entry-level solution that Chris mentioned. Very, very high performance, though, because a lot of the technologies do scale across those two brands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you guys have a big focus on research and development that pretty much spans across the entire brand. And so even whenever you're developing these super high-end products, that trickles down into some of the entry-level line, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So all of the products are developed in our Northridge Acoustic Engineering Center. So when you get a pair of JBL Stage 2 floor standing loudspeakers like we'll have here at the event that are closer to that $1,000 price point, that's the same engineering team that would develop our speakers that have 5-figure, 6-figure price points on them, and it's all done in our same research and engineering center there in Northridge, California.
Awesome. Well, yeah. And for those of you guys who don't know, Jim is a huge wealth of knowledge. Chris is too, but Jim's a super smart guy. And so we had to reach out to him. We're putting something together a little bit different than years past. So in years past, we've done panel sessions, which were very general topics where we had a large format room. Obviously, Harmon had to take over the entire ballroom. So we're moving those panel sessions and we're making something more focused. In all seriousness, I did want to actually make something that was more for the enthusiasts. So you want to learn about a specific topic. And so this year we're doing deep dive sessions in a classroom downstairs. So we're actually going to dive into topics, and it's going to be a smaller, more intimate setting, and it's going to be more specialized. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be releasing the list on those pretty soon. You may see Jim on one, and you may be able to pick his brain in there. So stay tuned, everybody, on that. But we're going to have some really cool people on there, some names that you certainly will recognize. So it'll be a lot of fun. So awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for showing up. I'm excited to see you at the show. And again, if those of you who have joined late, we are doing giveaways. So we've already got 2 prizes on there. All you have to do is leave a comment. And yeah, otherwise it should be good. But thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Looking forward.
Yeah. So up next, we have Massimo on. We have Bowers and Wilkins, Denon, Marantz, joined by the one and only Kevin Zaro. Hey, Kevin, how you doing today?
Hey, Nick, how are you?
Doing well, doing well. So tell us a bit about who you are and what you do.
Oh, geez. How much time do I have?
Half an hour.
Hey, everybody. Kevin Zaro. I've been with the company in some way, shape, or form for, I think I'm going on 34 years now, 33, 34 years. But I manage our sales for the Americas. So Canada, U.S., and Latin America. I've got a sales team under me, and we love nothing more than get out on the road, and especially a show like Audio Advice where we get to, meet everybody out there who loves the same thing that we do. We all share a passion for audio. I heard the prior 2 panels, and yes, I'm not a current drummer, but I'm a retired drummer. I'll say it like that. So I'm not helping you if you're looking for a guitarist or a bassist or a lead singer. So
we're almost undefeated, guys. I think we can make it through the whole stream. We got a few more.
Yeah. No, awesome. I mean, as you know, we were an inaugural brand, company to come at Audio Advice Live, and every year we keep talking about how great the previous year was. And just like you, we want to go, bigger, badder, bolder, louder, more accurate, depending on what we're showing. But we're excited for this year as well. It's going to be a great show for us and for you guys and for all your customers who are coming to see this. So we're excited to be here.
Yeah, no, we're super excited to have you. Last year, you guys brought, the Nautilus, which was one of the big standout ones. That was my first time ever getting to hear the Nautilus. You guys brought a room within a room, brought the Nautilus, and they're absolutely amazing. It was definitely, you guys had a line out the door, people signing up for a list to get into some of these because they've been iconic for years. And the first year you guys brought the kind of static display, right?
Yeah, the first year we brought the static display, and we tried to get as close to Audio Advice Blue as we could without actually going in and repainting them. But those were a hit the first year. And then we decided, as you just mentioned, we wanted to bring a pair to show because we rarely ever actually show those. I mean, they're so custom. If you want a pair, it's approximately a year wait to get them. But we were excited to bring those last year, and you're right. There was a line out the door, if you will, and it really is something special. I always am intrigued by customers who will say, "Hey, what's better, a pair of 801s, D4s, or Nautiluses?" And the Nautilus speakers were so groundbreaking for their time, and they still hold their own today. So what's better, a 2026 Corvette or a 1969? I mean, no one's going to say no to either. So.
Yeah, I mean they were fantastic. I mean, and you guys built the room. I mean, I want to say it was almost a spec for the speaker, so it was just absolutely awesome. You guys had another setup there, which was the home theaters. They brought a 800 series theater to this, which it was a massive room. It did a great job of filling the space. We had a 170 240-1 screen in there. And it was just an awesome experience. I think it was Class A amplification. Yeah,
that system was a whole 800 series system, Class A amplification, and then we were using the Marantz AV10 to draw, obviously as the head unit, and then we had the Amp 10 driving the surrounds and surround backs and things like that. But yeah, that was a great fun for that system.
Yeah, this one was a lot of fun. This was the setup. We had Dark Side of the Moon playing in there almost every session, and that was my Blu-ray. I left it there. I'm upset about it, but I'll go back and get it. But this year we're gonna have to mix it up. We're gonna have to find some new demo material, and then there was a third room last year. It's completely slipping my mind now.
Yeah, we had last year. The third room would have been the DT Theater. Yep, that was the DT Theater, and that was a whole bunch of fun as well. Just because one of the things that we try to do, and I apologize, I don't know if it was Russell from MartinLogan, but somebody mentioned that they were bringing in kind of entry level and then going away up, out of the stratosphere. And we've tried to do that as well every year. And this year, I'm actually really excited because we're going to bring in a full blown Polk reserve system. And it's going to be driven by just a Denon. I don't want to say just a Denon receiver, but a receiver. And we'll have, as us as manufacturers, we always, friendly competition with each other. And so we're going to be poking fun at everybody else on, can they outdo this Polk theater for the price? And so I know the guys at Harman mentioned that, again, that they have systems from the very entry level all the way up to the stratosphere. And so do we, between, Polk and DT and Bowers, and between, Denon and Marantz and Class A, we can run the spectrum.
Cool. Well, now we're excited. The DT theater, those subs that you brought last year were just absolutely kicked. I'm excited to hear the Polk theater. You guys are going to be partnered with Epson in that room. So more to come on what Epson's bringing, but they're going to be helping out in a couple of your rooms. So what else do you got?
Yeah. So for this year, I don't want to say that we've scaled back. We've just done different. So we're going to do an 800 series 2 channel. So the 801 signatures, the D4s with, super excited to pair these up with the new Marantz 10 series. For those customers out there who haven't seen the 10 series, beyond reproach, this is probably, and I guess I can say this because I've been here for 33 or 34 years, maybe the best audio that we've ever made. And so we'll have a Model 10 integrated amplifier driving the 801s, and then we'll have the Link 10N, that's the streamer. So that whole system will be high-end 2-channel streaming. As a matter of fact, there was just a review that hit on the Model 10, and I can freely admit that the reviewer hasn't heard every amplifier out there, but he did say best amp he's ever heard, and he actually bought it. So that was a pretty telling review. So we're excited about that. We're going to do a CT theater, so CT for us, custom theater, a Bowers custom theater, the 700 series, and that's going to be driven by the new AV20 and the new Amp 20. Yep. And so those are the baby brothers of the AV10, Amp 10. That should be a lot of fun for people as well. So we're kind of going to do, in theaters, good, better, with Polk Denon, and then, that'll be well, that's more than good. Maybe I'll say better, best.
Good, gooder.
Gooder, goodest. And so we'll have that system there, which is going to be cool. And then we'll have, I'm really excited for the consumers to see this, because I think one of my favorite products that we're going to bring is the new Horizon and Grand Horizon from Marantz. And those are our all-in-one, really, really high-end. Oh, you got a picture of it. Thank you. So I can't wait to share these with the consumers, because these are a labor of love, built from the ground up. We had to get the sound out of these that we got out of them. We had to redesign an amplifier. It's the first of a kind for us. The drivers are designed and built by us in-house. Even the fabric itself is from recycled plastic, ocean plastics. And so these are amazing speakers. And one of the things when we're talking to customers, and just same thing, we're talking to Nick, you and your team. These aren't designed to replace a set of Bowers 801 D4s, but the way that we'll position this is in your 801 D4 room with Model 10. That's your Porsche on the Sunday drive, and then the Horizon, Grand Horizon, that's your SUV that you take the kids to school in every single day. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And then we'll finally, I think we'll have an M1. That's Marantz's. Entry, I want to say entry level, but that's our smallest, most compact streaming integrated, and that'll be paired up with a pair of Bowers speakers as well. And speaking of that, I know you're going to ask me this anyway, so I'm just going to volunteer it right now. Marantz M1 is one of the products that we're giving away, and this little piece is super surprising, because people look at the size and say, well, how can that thing sound good? It's amazing. It's an amalgamation of our Model 30 integrated and our Model 40 integrated. So it takes the amplifier technology from the Model 30, the streaming technology for the Model 40, and we get it all into a small case, and it's just really a good sounding piece. Way more hi-fi based than you would possibly imagine from that. We were actually doing a show a few weeks back in California, and we used this little amp to drive a pair of 805 D4 SIGs, and people were like, where's the real amplifier? And we're like, it is a real amplifier. So anybody who wins that is going to be really, really happy. And that's just like the Horizon, Grand Horizon, like the Link 10 that we're going to show, the AV20 and the M1. These are all have our HEOS technology built in. So this can help someone create a whole home audio system, whether it's in the family room, the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, outdoor, whatever it is. We've got some cool products to share with you guys in the coming weeks.
Awesome. Well, I'm sad you're giving away just one. You're gonna get people hooked on it. So whoever wins it, I feel like you're gonna be buying a second one or a third one soon.
Yeah, for sure. They're gonna want to drive their whole house with in-wall in-ceiling speakers with that.
So. Awesome. Well, so the AV20 is going to be something new that I haven't even got to hear yet. So tell us a bit about the AV20, the AMP20 versus the AV10 versus the AMP10. What they can kind of expect to hear.
Yeah, I think the easy one to compare is an AV or an AMP20 and an AMP10. I mean, you're thinking about it's a 16-channel amplifier in the AMP10. It's a 12-channel amplifier in the AMP20. And while they are almost identical, I mean, we're actually from a price standpoint, it's $500 a channel. So you're at what is that? $8,000 for the AMP10. You're at $6,000 for the AMP20. The AMP10 still has better shielding, better chassis. There's still improvements, obviously, in the actual physical case itself. But when you get into the AMP20 or the AV20 and the AV10, obviously you get more channels in the AV10. But it's still that's where all of our best top technology went into, and so there you're at 8,000 and 6,000. So if you need 15 channels, the AV10 is the solution for you. If you don't need that many, then the AV20 might be the solution. Still extremely musical for 2-channel. Again, everything we do, I think I heard you talk about this before. Trickle down. Everything we do on our high end trickles down to the mid and even the entry. So the stuff that we designed in our Model 10, $15,000 integrated, made its way into the AV10 and into the AV20 and into all the hi-fi stuff. So I think the customers are going to be blown away with that. It's it replaces the AV8805 that's several years old now. And if you think about that price point, this AV20 is only $500 more, and it's light years ahead. So light years ahead in terms of cosmetics, in terms of sonics, in terms of number of 8K HDMI inputs, just everything about it.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. And just so for anybody who's coming out to join the show, you guys are going to be in Hanover 2, Governor's 1, and Governor's 2, and then the attendee lounge just outside of that.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, and then hopefully we'll see the Nautilus, the standalone Nautilus downstairs. It will be static, but hopefully we'll see it. Kevin's already promised me. I'm kidding.
Fingers crossed, team. Fingers crossed. I'm sure there's a whole slew of Marantz and Bowers and Denon and Polk people listening to this call, and especially the Bowers guys now are going to be like, "Oh my God, you're killing me." Nick just said he promised this. So
he promised. Yeah, Kevin promised to put a set of 801s behind me here. They're fully active, so it'll be great. Kidding. But awesome. Well, Kevin, I really appreciate it, and we really look forward to seeing you at the show.
Yeah, can't wait to be there. I actually had a business trip that was going to conflict a little bit, and I'm like, well, I'm taking the red eye in, and then I got the team to move the business trips, and I'll be there the whole time, so I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, it's a fun show. Wouldn't be the same without you, so I'm glad you're coming.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, Kevin.
All right, cheers.
All right, so up next we have Coastal Source. Hey, Peter.
Nick, how you been?
Doing well. How are you going?
Very good. Happy to join you today.
Yeah. So tell us a bit about what you do and who Coastal Source is.
Yeah, you bet. So VP of Sales here at Coastal. This will be our third time participating in Audio Device Live, so very cool for us. I think, big picture, what's probably the most exciting for us is, obviously the rest of this session has been with great iconic brands with well-known names that make great products for the indoors. We're maybe not a brand or name that's as known. So we've been around 16 years, but we're a little different in that all the kind of unique and immersive experiences that all those brands were really just kind of showcasing that they do indoors. Well, we look to take that to the outdoors because we feel that that's an area that's really kind of been underserved for quite some time. So our specialty as a company is we only build products for the outdoors. So we do lighting and sound, of course. So we're going to do a unique experience kind of this year at the show. We had a room upstairs last year, but we decided we needed to go bigger, and we really needed to show people what's possible. Typically, what happens is when people experience our product, they think, "Wow, I never knew that you could get that type of performance out of outdoor speakers." And really what we hear, Nick, is a lot of it, it's been, a lot of designs that we see over time, they've still kind of been following that methodology of it's just good old background sound. It's the same kind of experience you get when you're waiting in a doctor's office for an hour. Well, we really don't want that. We're all music lovers. And as much as I get into, a great theater or a great stereo track demo, I really love to enjoy that with my family out at the pool or out in the backyard where I like to invest a lot of my time. We see, over the last couple of years, especially the investment that folks are making into their outdoor experiences in their homes, rather than doing maybe travel to, an exotic place, they're turning that exotic place their backyard. So for us to have a more immersive audio experience, that's really what we're all about. So what we're doing this year, instead of a small room upstairs, is we're slightly taking over part of your lobby there, Nick. So
yeah, and it's not a small space either.
It's not. So right. So, and I've heard many others say you got to go big at Audio Advice Live. So that's what we're doing. So we're actually finishing. We've built a custom pergola, about a 10 by 20 pergola. Then incorporate some of our lighting, but we've got a pair of our Razor 220 architectural speakers mounted in the pergola, which will be accompanied by, there's an image of it there. This is a loudspeaker we designed for those who really loved our landscape speakers, but wanted to incorporate that level of performance in a very sleek on-wall application. So this is a product that comes in a couple different form factors. We even have sound bars as well, but it's super slim at about 3.5 inches deep, extremely high performance, really high output. It's bi-amplified, but most important, Nick, because our specialty is just in the outdoors, we know how to do things like thermal management and corrosion resistance. It's just built into our heritage. So to us, making something that can survive a lifetime outside, that's really where we specialize in.
Yeah. So generally speaking, whenever people are designing speakers for indoor use, you have the advantage of a room that can help pressurize the space. You can use boundary gain, just a different set of everything. So tell us a bit about how your approach and your design would kind of differ from a traditional, in-room speaker.
Yeah, and I think everyone has their kind of opinion of the best sound. I think about experiences that I've had through my life. Let's say when go to a live show, always my best experiences have been outdoor concerts. That's my personal taste. So I love the idea of an open air sound. In all of our different products, whether it's the landscape models or more the on-wall model, we still run in stereo. We use biamplification, but we focus on wide dispersion. So obviously in an outdoor environment, you're not static like indoors. Now, even though our electronics, because we believe in a system approach, so we have amplification, cable, and loudspeakers, we're pretty much source agnostic. But within our DSP, we can do a lot of tuning in that space. So we've actually got pre-configured DSP settings, which will, let's say that Razor speaker that we showed before, obviously, if you have that in a half space, quarter space, if it's horizontal, vertical, it's going to have different attributes. So we try to, really give the consumer the tools to say, listen, we've pretty much set this up for you. So wherever you put it, you're going to have a really great experience. But if you want to tune and tweak with it, you absolutely can. Another model in the Razor line actually just got reviewed back in March in the Absolute Sound, which I believe was the first time that magazine ever reviewed an outdoor speaker. So, but again, we kind of take that approach of, again, rather than that static environment, we need to cover quite a large area. So we need to have quite some output. So the majority of our product is point source, but our flagship, which I believe now we're bringing to the show, is a ribbon line source that we have for the landscape.
Very cool. Yeah. Well, I think, what did you guys bring a few years back? You brought a line source speaker, if I'm not mistaken.
We did. So yeah, Nick, it was our first year that was there. So we also have a number of really cool outfitted Sprinter vans, long wheelbase, which we basically turn into a mobile showroom. We've got typically about 16 zones of audio that we run out of these vehicles, which is pretty cool. So what we do is, and we will actually have it set up this year too. So while we've got our really unique and kind of outdoor themed pergola in the lobby, which will be fun and engaging, just outside the main lobby doors will be our van set up with some of our landscape bollards, including that line source speaker. So it'll be great for guests, consumers to kind of get a feel for what's possible in an on-wall application, and then take a listen at some of our, what we call our bollard speakers, which are really designed to be buried in the landscape, kind of disappear, but they're still using larger cabinets, larger drivers. So we're really able to get a foreground sound versus kind of that more traditional kind of background.
Yeah. I think the first you guys brought those out, it's what got our team hooked on Coastal Source, I'm pretty sure. So a lot of our sales guys came back and they were like, this is amazing. So I imagine a lot of consumers had the same exact reaction, and we just didn't get to hear the feedback on it. So, but we're super excited. So you guys are also bringing out some lighting, correct?
Correct, Nick. So we, in this custom pergola that we built, really for the event, we said, you know what, obviously, audio is a big passion of ours, and that's Audio Advice Live, but we couldn't not, show some of our lighting. And so we've just incorporated into the pergola to, again, drive that message home of that outdoor experience that our customers have come to enjoy. So, you'll certainly experience that. You'll see that on the pergola. We're going to lay out some turf. So it will really be an outdoors destination within the lobby of Audio Advice of the hotel, excuse me. So that's really what we wanted to create. And what makes me think, that's essentially what we've done, Nick, right at the new Wilmington location is we partnered with your team, who's just been amazing through the process, and really just wanted to create this vignette, this room, this experience within the facility to, again, have that conversation, go through the product and experience firsthand. Yeah.
And for those of you who have or are anywhere close to Wilmington, it's also worth a drive. If you're not in and or close to Wilmington, it's worth the trip. It's really cool. The Coastal Source room in there turned out beautifully. So we were super happy with it. It's gotten rave reviews so far. So we're pumped for it. So I'm seeing a few other things on here. I got to ask you about what is this?
Yeah. So, one aspect that we take with our products is, modularity, I think, is really important, creating options for consumers. So this is actually that Razor product that we'll be showcasing at the show. You can kind of see it in the background on the home. But because all the edges of the product are all on 45s and we've got the ability to through bolt them, you can actually gang them together in this planter configuration, which is a working planter. It's got an irrigation input, a lighting input, and a drain. And what you can do is you can decide whether you want this to be a true omnidirectional. It can be a dipole. It can be, just a forward firing. So we've got kind of blank models. So you could have drivers on all sides or just one or two sides. We've also got them in 3 different sizes. Again, I mentioned we've got sound bars as well. So just a lot of different variations you can do with the product.
Awesome. Well, I was excited to see that. I was like, do you guys make a specific planter? So I was looking at, you can maybe try, 70 hertz on a plant and see if it helps it grow. That's an experiment nonetheless. But
I don't know if there's any science behind that, but.
Hey guys, Peter's putting his name on it. He's saying it's going to help your plants grow. I'm kidding. But awesome. Well, I think you have a giveaway prize for someone today. Again, all you have to do is comment, guys. So go ahead and get your comment down, and you may still have a chance. Yep, they haven't wrapped it up yet. So leave a comment, and hopefully you can win. So tell them a bit about what they're giving away.
For sure. So we're giving away a pair of what we call our 8.0 mini ellipse bollard. So this is really a nice small form factor, but full range speaker that can be buried in the landscape. All of our bollards in the landscape you see have this sloped baffle, which is not just to time-aligned drivers, but it's also meant to shed water, snow, and so on. So often we get plenty of photos in, especially our customers that live, around Lake Michigan and others, that these speakers will be completely buried in the snow for months, sometimes on end. And when it thaws out, here we go. We're enjoying music again. But this is a great pair. They're universal, though we do have a unique IP68 cabling system that we use, but we'll have this pair with just basically bare wire connectors that you can connect to any of your favorite receivers or pre-pro or amp.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Peter, for coming out. We're looking forward to seeing you at the show. I know it's going to be a lot of fun in that lobby area. I'm sure that you'll see me running back and forth a million times, the rest of my team. But more importantly, I'm sure the attendees are going to absolutely love it. So it'll be good. So, well, we look forward to seeing you there.
Same. Appreciate you, Nick.
All right. Thanks, Peter. We'll see you. Awesome. So thank you guys, everybody, for joining into the show. And again, the moment we've all been waiting for, we've got some winners. But first, again, our show is going to be August 1st through the 3rd in Raleigh, North Carolina. So these are just some of the experiences. This is the first live stream that we have of this series. We're going to have 2 more standout experiences with more giveaway prizes and more winners. So if you didn't win today, join us on the next one, and you have a chance to win something. So we've got a few winners here. We have, I'm sorry, it's on a small screen, so you got to forgive me. Let's see, Robert Dietrich Jr., and that's going to be the winner of the Arcam Radia A5. So congratulations, Robert. And then we have David B here, who's going to be winning the MartinLogan B10 loudspeakers. So congratulations, David. And then we have Eric on here. Let's see. Eric Nygaard is a winner of the Coastal Source 8.0 Mini Ellipse bollard speakers. So congratulations. And then we have a winner of Charles David Horde for the winner of the Marantz Model M1. So congratulations, everybody who won. Thank you so much for attending the show, and we hope to see you over at Audio Advice Live. Again, today we've got a one-day only 50% off coupon for anybody who's thinking about coming to the show. So make sure you get your tickets in today, and we look forward to seeing the next live stream. Thanks so much. Night, guys.